Forgiveness offers me everything I want. Something like that. So this talks about several different levels, and especially with the last lesson and last lecture, we did talk about this a lot, of getting into the depths of this, but it mentions several times. The key thing here is seeing beyond the veil. Seeing beyond the veil. First time I believe it's the first time, mentions that seeing beyond the veil of your brother or of another person, and seeing beyond their bodies. In other words, the veil of the body, and seeing Christ there instead. So, of course, seeing beyond the veil of everything. Now, this is not just a psychological thing. You use your psychological understanding to grasp this and then apply it. But you're quite literally the universe doing this, choosing this. And this is the ascension in which I'm referring to, and often what I'm teaching about, and of course have the more in-depth A Course in Miracles intensive, where we actually are deliberately attempting to do this whole forgiveness to an ascension process. But of course, I just want you to recognize, yes, forgiveness offers me everything I want to every single degree. No, it might not, give you the car of your dreams, the house of your dreams, especially if you haven't earned it yet. It might not give you the physical things that you want, but that's because that's not what you actually want, right? Last one, referencing to the forgiveness is the key to happiness. Guess what you want in that nice car? You might have your wires kind of crossed, that you might not realize that you actually want happiness. You think happiness is in objects. And yet happiness is not in objects. You're just trained to be a good boy or a good girl and get a prize when you do good things or something. And you're constantly giving yourself these good things, or you're gambling away because you're trying to win, because you want to get that sensation of winning, right? So yes, it might not give you what you think you want, but it will give you what you do want. You want happiness. You want peace. You want joy. You want love. You want these beautiful things. That's what you want. You want to feel good. And forgiveness always and will always offer you those, say, yummy, yummy things. You're always going to feel good, no matter to what degree you apply forgiveness. Even just to the little finest degree, you will feel better. Okay? And that's what you want. You want to feel better. You don't want $1 million. You just want to feel better, believing that feeling better is within, say, the $1 million as your salvation, instead of recognizing that forgiveness is your salvation. Now, of course, it's going to the degree of lifting the veil, literally lifting the veil. You can see God here. You can recognize the truth of all existence here if you applied forgiveness to the deepest degree you can possibly understand it. So, of course, every time you are applying it and trying to forgive, you're learning more. You're going further. You keep applying it. You're going further every single time. And I'm not just talking about times when someone breaks into your car. I'm not talking about sometimes when someone is yelling on the top of their lungs in your face. No, I'm talking about the tiniest little sensation where you somehow are feeling bad. Somehow you feel uncomfortable. You feel guilty. Feel ashamed, feel frustrated, feel angry, feel paranoid, feel attached, feel disappointed in yourself, feel like you screwed up, feel like anything, essentially, at all, especially those things that seem negative. If you apply it to everything, and keep applying it, you're going to get to that state, especially that state of instant forgiveness. I mean, at least millisecond forgiveness, or let's just say a second forgiveness. You know, if it takes just a second to get to forgiveness, hallelujah, you're on the right track. That's amazing. Now, of course, you can't fake it. I mean, you can, in a way, to fake it to make it. You're trying. I want to forgive, right? I want to forgive. That's good. But you can't actually fake doing it. If it's still lingering in there, if it's still like giving you ugly bubblies, things in the back, because it does that all the time, right? If it's still like lingering and you're like, oh, still can't believe you did that. Yeah, no, I forgive you, dude. I let it go, man. But, I can't. Yeah, just let me tell you what Bob did today. Oh my God, I can't believe he did that. But I forgive him. I forgive him, right? Do you? Do you really? You got to absolutely, authentically, honestly, actually forgive him. There's no hiding it. There's no skipping steps. There's no getting around it. If you're not actually honestly doing it, you're not actually honestly going in the direction that you want to with A Course in Miracles. You're not actually going to be a miracle worker. I know. You're not actually going to be a miracle worker if you're not actually forgiving. Because that is how you do it. And you're going to learn that even just forgiving gravity and having the miracles of overcoming gravity, or forgiving water and the liquidness, you're not going to be able to have the miracle of walking on it, or walking up walls, or flying, or anything like that, whatever you think a miracle is, if you're not able to forgive somebody else. I mean, that's tiny. Somebody else's actions, that's still in the pardon area, guys. Forgiving the laws of physics is a whole nother ballgame, isn't it? Forgiving the laws of physics, if you want to be a miracle worker, that's kind of what you got to do. It's kind of where it's going. You see where it's going? You see that? You see it going? You see it happening? I think you're picking up what I'm putting down, huh? You're getting it. And even if you're not, that's okay. Forgive yourself. Forgive me for not explaining it well enough. Apply it. Try it. That's what it comes down to. I mean, we're at lesson 122, right? Are you not actually trying to forgive yet? I mean, guys, whoa. I mean, come on. You got to actually be trying to do it. Taking time. Say meditating, relaxing. Going to that state, recognizing where God is, actually trying to see past and see through everyone's actions, everyone's words, everyone's ideas, everything you think is going on, and actually trying to forgive. Because guess what? There is no try, right? There is only do or do not. So when you try, guess what happens? You do. Oh, what? Because try doesn't actually exist. Because once you try, then you do it. Oh, hallelujah. Man, I hope you guys are forgiving me for being such a